You receive the ball and instantly it feels like a grenade. Defenders are flying at you. The crowd is screaming. Your heart rate spikes. You panic. You kick the ball away just to survive. You tell yourself, the game is too fast. You are wrong. The game is not fast. Your brain is slow. You are processing the match at 3G speed while the elite are operating on 5G. The players you admire, Busquets, Pirlo, Xavi, they don't have super speed. They have time dilation. They make the game look like it is played in slow motion because they have solved the puzzle before the ball even arrives. Today, I am going to teach you the biological mechanism to slow down time. The sensation of chaos comes from a lack of information. When you don't know what is behind you, your brain enters survival mode. It floods your system with cortisol. This creates tunnel vision. You literally go blind to the open passing lanes. You are playing in a dark room with a flashlight, seeing only the ball at your feet. The elite player lights up the whole room. They do not react to the game, they predict it. To slow the game down, you must stop watching the ball and start scanning the space. This is not a tip, it is a mechanical requirement for high-level football. Let's look at the neuroscience. Your eyes perform rapid movements called saccades. During a saccade, when your eye moves from point A to point B, you are effectively blind for a split second. This is called saccade masking. If you only look at the ball, you are blind to the field. The elite player uses saccades to take snapshots of the pitch every 0.5 seconds. They are building a 3D map in their prefrontal cortex. They know where the defender is, where the space is, and where the teammate is. By the time the ball arrives, they don't have to think. They just execute the decision they made 2 seconds ago. The 0.5 second rule. Frank Lampard was tracked scanning the field 0.6 times per second. That is almost once every second. Xavi was even higher. The average amateur scans once every 5 seconds. That is the difference. If you scan every 5 seconds, the picture in your head is expired. It is old data. You are making decisions based on where the defender was, not where he is. To slow the game down, you must increase your refresh rate. You must force your neck to check your shoulder constantly, even when the ball is far away. It will feel dizzy at first. Good. That means you are rewiring your vestibular system. The body orientation hack. You cannot play fast if your body is closed. Most of you receive the ball facing your own goal. This forces you to take a touch, turn, and then look. That process takes 1.5 seconds. In that time, the defender closes you down. You must master the half turn. Receive the ball with your back to the sideline, seeing both your goal and the opponent's goal simultaneously. This cuts your processing time in half. You don't need to turn, you just need to guide the ball. Good orientation buys you time that speed cannot. The soft gaze technique. When you are stressed, you stare hard at the ball. This is foveal vision. It is high definition but narrow. You need to switch to panoramic vision. Soften your eyes. Try to see the corner flags in your peripheral vision while looking at the ball. This signals to your nervous system that you are safe. It lowers cortisol instantly. When your vision expands, the game feels slower because you see the defenders coming from miles away. You are no longer surprised by pressure. You invite it. The OODA loop. This is a military concept. Observe, orient, decide, act. The amateur does this loop after getting the ball. Observe, where is the ball? Orient, where am I? Decide, pass, act, kick. Too slow. The elite player runs the OODA loop before getting the ball. He has already observed and oriented. He has already decided. When the ball arrives, he only has to act. He has skipped 3 steps. To the crowd, he looks fast. In his head, he is just executing a preloaded script. The cognitive fuel. You cannot run a high-speed processor on low battery. If your brain is starved of glucose, your processing speed drops. You get brain fog. You revert to instinct, panic instead of intelligence. Prediction. If you ate a heavy meal or pure sugar before the game, your blood sugar is crashing right now. Your brain is lagging. You need stable energy. You need acetylcholine and dopamine to keep the scanning speed high. If you don't know what to eat to maximize your cognitive processing speed, you are guessing with your potential. I have linked the free nutrition and recovery cheat sheet in the description. It tells you exactly what to eat to keep your brain fueled for 90 minutes. It ensures your neurons are firing at 5G speeds, not 3G. It costs $0. Download it, fix your fuel, stop letting a bad diet make you stupid on the pitch. The check away movement. You make the game faster for yourself by standing still. When you stand still, the defender can get tight to you. When he is tight, you have 0 time. You must create artificial time by checking away. Sprint away from the ball, then sprint back to it. This creates a 2-yard separation. Those 2 yards give you 1 extra second. In football, 1 second is an eternity. Use movement to buy time. Never receive the ball standing still. The scanning trigger. You need a trigger to remind you to scan. Use the pass. Every time the ball leaves a teammate's foot, scan. Every time the ball leaves your foot, scan. while the ball is rolling. Scan. The ball does not change direction while it is rolling on the grass. You don't need to stare at it. Use that dead time to update your mental map. If you stare at the rolling ball, you are wasting valuable processing time. The rondo paradox. You think you need to be technically perfect to play fast. Wrong. You need to be decided. Look at a rondo. The ball moves instantly. One touch. Why? Because the options are limited and the players are hyper-aware. To slow the game down, play simple. The player who tries to dribble everyone speeds the game up for himself and usually loses. The player who plays pass and move keeps the game simple and rhythmic. Complexity creates chaos. Simplicity creates control. The breathing break. When you panic, you hyperventilate. Short, shallow breaths. This dumps CO2 and tells your brain you are in danger. Time seems to speed up. To slow time down, slow your breathing down. Nasal breathing only. Long exhales. This activates the vagus nerve. It lowers your heart rate. When your heart rate is controlled, your perception of time widens. You feel calm in the middle of the storm. The structural solution. You can have the best vision in the world, but if your first touch bounces 5 meters away, you lose the time you gained. You need the technical consistency to back up the mental speed. You need a training plan that combines cognitive load with technical repetition. You need to train your brain and your feet simultaneously. You cannot just dribble cones, you must dribble while solving problems. This is where the 12-week elite blueprint comes in. It is not just a fitness plan. It is a neurotechnical system. Phase 3 focuses heavily on ball mastery under fatigue and cognitive sharpening. It gives you the drills to build the Velcro touch that buys you time. It builds the engine so your brain doesn't shut down in the 80th minute. It is the complete architecture of an elite player. When you follow the blueprint, you are building the hardware to support the software. You wake up, you execute the plan, and you stack the evidence. When you walk onto the pitch knowing you are technically sharp and physically dominant, your anxiety disappears. And when anxiety disappears, time slows down. Confidence is the ultimate time machine. The blueprint builds that confidence through undeniable work. The reality check. The slow motion feeling is actually flow state. It is what happens when the challenge level matches your skill level. Right now, the game feels fast because the challenge is high and your skill, mental and physical, is low. To fix the feeling, you must raise the skill. You must upgrade your operating system. You cannot wish for a slower game. You must build a faster brain. So here is your mission for the next match. I want you to play the head on a swivel game. Count how many times you can scan in 90 minutes. Force yourself to look away from the ball. Even if you miss a pass because you were looking around good. That is a necessary failure on the path to mastery. You must break the addiction to ball watching. Once you master the scan, the game changes forever. You stop seeing defenders, you see gaps. You stop seeing pressure, you see options. You stop playing checkers, you start playing chess. The game becomes slow, easy, and beautiful. That is the level you are chasing. That is the level of the elite. Get the nutrition cheat sheet to fuel your processor. Get the 12-week blueprint to build your machine. The links are in the description. Stop watching the ball. Start seeing the matrix. Go work.